welcome to our final match of the day during our Watchpoint Alpha weekend tournament. Again, my name is Bantionette, and I am joined here by Udon, who is making his casting debut. Hello, Udon.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited.
All right, I'm excited too. And now Udon did just get out of a match that was an incredible match between Antumbra and Ramen Renegade. One of the closest matches of Watchpoint Alpha history. I'm on one hand hoping that we're going to repeat that because it was incredibly exciting, but I'm extremely exhausted. I'm sure Udon is too, so I'm also kind of hoping that that's not going to be the case. But right now we do have Scandals and Team Disconnect going against each other for a spot in our finals. Scandals are our Season 1 champions and have been around for an extremely long time, have a lot of experience. Team Disconnect is new in town, new to organized play, but they are scrappy as hell, and they are certainly going to give Scandals a run for their money. We are in round 3 of our map pool right now, so we will be starting on Volskaya Industries here. And both teams are ready and talking about Game of Thrones, so I am going to start our matchup right here. All right, so Udon, we have two amazing teams coming in here on one of the most controversial 2 CP maps here. Given the nature of this map and the nature of these teams, what do you think we're going to expect?
I really don't know. I played against both of them, and I think that we're gonna see which one is it? Scandals. I've heard that they don't like goats at all, and they refuse to play it. So we're probably not gonna get to see that much of goats from them, and from Team Disconnect.
Yeah,
they have a pretty good. Oh, we have the comps now. So Team Disconnect is on goats, and we have a 2-2-2 from.
Yeah, Dovahkiin is running the Torb here, which they did do a lot in their last matchup, so I'm not surprised. But just because I'm not surprised doesn't mean I'm not extremely excited. I know that if you have been watching us for quite some time, you know that whenever the Torb comes up, I am just absolutely thrilled. So we are going to get the Ryan Zarya with the Zen Ana for healing and Torb Hanzo for the DPS. Really interesting composition from Scandals here. Going into a sort of weird 3-2-1 type comp here, I guess. I don't know what to call this. It's like we got a triple tank with Moira Lucio and a Sombra, so some weird variation on Cyber Goats. It looks like we are immediately getting Nikonono swapping to the Rhine here, just using the Sombra for scouting, so they're going to be running quad tank coming into this, a composition that I haven't seen in forever, and oh my gosh, they are just pressing W. Nikonono is going to be taken out by Dovahkiin almost immediately, but he is going to be able to take out the turret. Orin is. Whale Science in the back, 1v1ing Quinstery. Unfortunately, Quinstery is going to be demeched, so it's not going to be able to really do that much now, but Dog is able to kill Gazorpazorp. Nav Club does go down to Nita Burrito, and Whale Science does take out Quinstery here. So Scandals are ultimately going to be able to stabilize. That was a very ballsy comp coming from Team Disconnect here, and I think that they caught Scandals off guard a little bit.
Definitely, it was really. I was not expecting that. Baby Diva got a lot of value from the side. Killed Rhine. I don't know if they're gonna keep how they're gonna do with
yeah. So it looks like they're continuing with the comp. They are gonna have the grab dragon combo coming through. Nita Burrito is going to go down, not to the grab dragons, but to the or Nita Burrito was on the wrong side anyway, but he's gonna go down to the Moira Orb, so they're gonna be able to push in. Dovahkiin's ultimate comes through, vomiting all over the floor, which is gonna zone everybody out and put people on fire if they walk through. Quinstery does take out Whale Signs though. Orin does go out to Gazorpazorp, but Dog and Quinstery are able to get those picks secured there. Gazorpazorp holding his shield up, getting healed up by Sinatra with his Transcendence. Big shatter coming through. Quinstery does drop the Diva Bomb, which is gonna force Gazorpazorp to put his shield up and stop swinging away on them, or else he's gonna die. Respawns start to come in through for Scandals, but they are going to be grabbed. Gazorpazorp is so low right now, eventually going to be taken down along with Sinatra, meaning that Nita Burrito is the only one left, and he is going to have to either die or escape with his life. Whale Science on the Tracer is going to keep contesting, but Orin's going to be able to hook him, and that is going to be it. Oh, Dovahkiin's coming back on the Pharah to try to contest, shave off a little bit of time. Miege on the Ana, trying to contest a little bit. I don't know if that was the right choice because they are able to cap here. Now Miege is going to be staggered. And the thing about quad tank is you are going to just go right in. They're trying to snowball. They are still in the quad tank, just switching for a ball instead of the Zarya there. It looks like the Orin is going to do the whole hog ult. Dog is going to take out Whale Sciences, and Sinatra need a burrito. Kazorba all go down to that hog ult. Miege is going to be able to res Sinatra, but Shatter is going to take out Dovahkiin, get some hit scam Lucio going on there. Transcendence does come out for Sinatra. He's able to get very fast with these beefy tanks, able to be there to charge the ultimate. Quinstory's Diva Bomb comes out. Sinatra is going to be taken down. Whale Science still up with the Zorpazorp, and these respawns are coming through, including Dovahkiin on the Doomfist instead of the Pharah. Looks like Nikonono charging right now, trying to take the Zorpazorp out, and he is going to go down with Shatter. Right now, Team Disconnect are just absolutely rolling over them. Mia's just going to have to contest. She does. Sinatra on the Lucio, also contesting, but it's not going to be enough. Holy crap, wow. Team Disconnect.
I'm shocked. That was actually really good.
I need a breath, so why don't you just run through just what went on there.
Team Disconnect with the 4 tanks. Scandals did really good against them in the beginning. They were holding off for a long contest. The problem with like multiple tanks is just the high amount of health. You can get lots of ults fast, which they did, but just keeping alive and keeping that pressure really got Disconnect the first point and then the snowball to the second point.
Yeah, and I really appreciated how they didn't get sort of thrown off by the fact that they did lose that first fight. And, you know, with quad tank, you do have to press W and just go in with absolutely no regard to your life and hope that your healers can keep you up. They lost that first fight pretty quickly, but that's okay because they were able to get a lot of ult charge out of it. They were pretty much able to just go with only a couple of ultimates to get that first point, and then they were just able to snowball, especially with everybody sort of getting staggered. This was just an absolutely insane round. I have no idea even what to say. I haven't seen quad tank in a while.
Me neither. Never even really thought about running it any of the maps. I'm surprised that they did it so well. And against Scandals, they have now 2-2-2 again, and they have a triple DPS with Ana and Mercy. That's good sustain. Early nade.
Yeah, early nade probably just going to see if they can get any antis, but they did not. So this is 2 very interesting comps coming through here. Looks like Whale Science is going to be on the Sombra here, which is going to counter the Team Disconnect comp pretty easily if they're able to get capitalized on their hack. Whale Science is going around in the back trying to get Quinstory, but Shatter 3K is able to peel and gets Whale Science to translocate with just about 1 HP left. Miege does go down. Nap Club is able to res Nikonono as well, so there are some sort of swaps coming out in terms of who is left on the point. People just keep dying on both sides, so it's honestly becoming a pretty even fight here with just Whale Science and Zorpazorp contesting for Nikonono and Orin, but now Nikonono is just the only one left on point, and he's going to get hacked, which means that he's going to be able to go down pretty fast. Dog is coming back. He is going to get hacked probably once that Sombra is able to get the hack back. Yep, that hack does come through there. Quinstory is still contesting here as well. They're going to have the respawn advantage on point B, so they're just sort of going in, trying to get as much time shaved off the clock as possible, maybe try to bring out some ultimates, but unfortunately, it's not going to be of any use anymore now that they've gotten so much sort of ticks on the point. They are going to be able to cap point A here.
That Sombra's really good for just the stagger picks, especially when it's just 1x1 and hack and they can't use any of them.
And now look at where the ultimate is. They do have EMP and Dragons and Moira all coming in here. Probably going to have Shatter soon as well. So right now, there is a lot of snowball potential here, especially since Team Disconnect doesn't have any ultimates on the board. The Dragon does come through, does not kill anybody, but does zone everybody out a little bit. Quinstory does go down to one of Dovahkiin's arrows, but so does Need a Burrito. Orin and Shatter both killed. EMP comes out, gets Nap Club and Dog. Both end up going down, so now Quinstory is the only one alive. He's going to come back on the Moira to try to contest here, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make it. Now, Orin does get back with the Doomfist. Shatter 3K on the Genji's back as well, and he's going to Blade. This does bring out Sinatra's Transcendence. Huge Transcendence, keeping their team alive, along with the Coalescence. Nikanono does shoot out the barrage, but does not get anybody. The mines come out for Dog. Whale Science goes down, but three are down on the side of Team Disconnect here. But Misha and Sinatra go down. So right now, Scandals can't really push in without any of their healers right now, and they don't have the mercy to res like Team Disconnect does, so they are going to back out here. So this is going to mean that Team Disconnect here has the time bake advantage in this 2CP map, at the very least.
That was a great recovery from Disconnect. It's just they kept going out one by one, and it was such a clean recovery. They were able to just take the fight back. They have no ults on the board right now, which kind of sucks, especially since they have almost grabbed Dragon for Scandals. I want to see how they play against that.
Yeah, and now because Team Disconnect doesn't have any ultimates here, they do have to play very carefully. Shatter does get hacked, which can be extremely dangerous here for him. He is able to get out alive, though, and is being healed out by Nap Club there on the Mercy. So now Orin just sort of punching back. Nikanono does get picked by Dovahkiin, so everybody's going to have to play carefully. The grab does come through, and so does the Dragons, but really doesn't get anybody in the grab Dragons there. Quinstory is able to get Sinatra with that Coalescence. So right now, both Coalescences is going. Whale Size goes down to Shatter, but Shatter goes down to Dovahkiin. Quinstory takes out Dovahkiin. Everybody's just sort of trading right now. Miege does get punched and has to escape with her life there, so Team Disconnect is going to hold once again.
Really good ult usage, especially from the Moira on Disconnect, is it could just completely negate shield, then do a lot of small damage, but with a multiple DPS. Small damage is all you really need to do.
Yeah, definitely. Especially just if you get one of those picks, it's very easy for that composition to fall apart. It looks like Nikanono is still on this Pharah. Looks like they made a swap, so they are losing any barrage that they have. They're just going to keep shooting into them, trying to build that barrage up as fast as possible. They only have Doomfist out here right now, but they are going to have 3 more ultimates coming on the board very soon. Dog does get hacked here. Is going to have to be careful in order to not die to this. He does get bursted down by the Scandals because Zorb with the final kill. Sinatra does go down, which is huge given the fact that they have the Dragon Blade here if they need it. Orin goes down. Shadow 3K does pop the Dragon Blade. So far, nobody dies to it yet. Quinstory does take out the Coalescence to try to keep Shadow 3K alive and also put in some damage. Nina Burrito goes down along with Zorb. Scandals is going to have to get out of here once again.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of key picks. I see like Zen's being left behind, and they're capitalizing on that, which is great.
Yeah, and they're really doing a good job getting these early picks here, especially with that spawn advantage. Team Disconnect is going to be able to get back into the fight within about 10-15 seconds after dying, versus Scandals, which are going to have a much longer time to get back. So if Team Disconnect's able to get the early pick, they could win. Huge EMP gets 4 of them. Dovahkiin's Dragon Blade comes down, gets Orin. He's looking for more kills. He's trying to get Nap Club on the Mercy, who eventually goes down to that Coalescence by Miege. Nikanono is able to get Dovahkiin down, so this is still technically Team Disconnect's fight. Miege goes down. Sinatra, Kazor Preserve, Muta Burrito soon to follow. So this is going to be another full hold here from Team Disconnect, who didn't have to use too many ultimates there. They do have the Dragon Blade back on the board here, and they're going to have the rally soon as well. Right now they have the Transcendence and 2 more ultimates coming in from Scandals, so that means that Scandals is going to have a bit of an ultimate advantage here.
They have Sombra and Diva, so that could be EMP Bomb, but I really don't know, like with such mobile characters, how well that would be as a combo. McCree's good against the Pharah, a CC could help against Genji.
Alright, so the Blade is going to come out for Shatter, but the Transcendence comes out too. The Diva Bomb comes out for Nina Burrito, gets 2, because Zorb had gotten Quinstory as well, so that means that Team Disconnect is down 3 right now. Scandals loses Dovahkiin and Sinatra, but Nap Club goes down, which is huge for Scandals here. They could win this. Dog is contesting on point as long as he can, but unfortunately goes down. Shadow 3K tries to get back with Quinstory, but it's not going to be enough. Scandals is able to complete round 2 here.
That was a great round for Disconnect. They really helped for a long time. They had good ult usage, like making sure they used the right ones, especially since like they have more of a health pool than Scandals has more of a health pool than Disconnect. They can get ults faster and really just kind of take the fight with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Team Disconnect is going to have an insane amount of time bank advantage here. They're going to have 4 minutes and 37 seconds to get as much as they can, while Scandals only has about a minute. Just over a minute, 1 second over a minute. So this isn't necessarily a one game for Team Disconnect yet. They do have the advantage here, but Scandals can still win this. It just depends on, their coordination. They are probably one of our most coordinated teams on the server, especially just being around for so long.
Right.
So I think that this is still winnable for them.
This is Disconnect on defense. They're running 2-2-2, and we have a dive, I think, coming Scandals with a bat. That could probably be helpful with Immortality Field, and then just jumping on whoever's in there. I really want to see
we only have a minute here, so the dive is a good idea. They're just going to have to press W and Shift and M1 and all the buttons that they need to get on the point and kill everybody. So realistically, we'll only have about 2 pushes here maximum, probably only 1. So they are able to dive up on the high ground, get everybody down on the point on the side of Team Disconnect. Shatter 3K goes down early. This is very good for Scandals here. Because Zorb aggressing with Nita Burrito. He is going to go down, but so is Quincy and Orin. So right now, Scandals still has the advantage, especially with Nija's clutch resurrection there. So this is going to be Scandals' point. They came in so fast. That was nuts.
That was a clean fight.
Very, very clean fight. Yeah, that was just good Overwatch right there. Absolutely no need to even use any ultimates there, so they're going to have snowball potential. So Nita Burrito does jump off of the map to go get their mech back, so they will be able to join Scandals pretty quickly. But they still have to delay it a little bit to make sure that they have their diva there. So they are going to be able to dive on the point at the last second, but they only have about 15 seconds left. So this is one fight territory. If any of them get picked, it could be over for Scandals right now.
They also have multiple ults, which will definitely help compared to Disconnect, who has only one ult.
So both tanks dive in. The Valkyrie comes out for Mies right now. Dovahking is able to get Orin very quickly. That Immortality Field on the point, able to keep the team alive, but it does go down. Right now, Scandal still has the advantage in terms of just people on the point. Mies going for a very risky res on Nita Burrito, and it works. Whale Sinus's blade allows Nita Burrito to re-mech and also gets Orin. Very clean take here as well. I don't know if they're going to be able to touch. Quincy goes down very quickly. Even though Shadow 3K is getting on the point, it's not going to be enough. His Meteor Strike does take out Sinatra. This may be a turnaround here. Those dragons come out and split everybody up, but Whale Science clutches out and gets 2. It's only Dog left on the point right now. Orin just sort of waiting for his chance to go on the point as well. They're being very good stalling here. Dog's just sort of spinning around. What should have been a one fight for Scandals there, just based on how many people they had, may end up going Team Disconnect's favor, but Nita Burrito does take out Orin there with the Diva Bomb. But Dog and Shadow 3K clutching out with their kills. Scandals are going to be forced off of the point, and they're not going to be able to cap, even though they were so damn close to being able to cap.
That was a great recontest by Disconnect. I'm surprised. I honestly thought they lost it when Genji bladed, but Dog stayed alive just enough to give one of their teammates enough time to get back.
And look, they capped at 98.4%. So that's good for Scandals, because that means that Team Disconnect is going to basically have to full cap here. But the downside is, if they were able to get just that last percentage, they would have been able to put this in another round. I don't know if that's lucky or not, because this is 2CP, and everybody hates 2CP. But this is good for Team Disconnect here. I think that if they continue their aggression and their ability to capitalize, I think that Team Disconnect could win this. But Scandals has been doing a very good job on defense, especially with that Torb. And the fact that they're not running that quad tank right now and not taking Scandals by surprise means that they may be able to clutch this one out. Looks like they are going to be running a pretty standard dive with a Moira. Interesting composition, but I like it.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Scandals wouldn't think they would run quad tank again. Because they don't have an Ana, and Ana would be great for antis against a quad tank, but it's a good thing they're not, because they're not running more.
Yeah, the quad tank would not do well against this Pharah and the Torb. I think that it's a good thing that they did this dive, especially since they're basically going to be running into bunker. Although they do have a lot of time, so they can always make swaps. They are going to get on the point early here. Dog is going to get hooked and demeched as a result. Not good for Team Disconnect here, but they may be able to clutch out. Nina Burrito and Whale Science drop to the point to contest, and the rest of Scandals soon to follow, but Nina Burrito is going to go down. Whale Science and Dovaking take out Dog and Orin. Right now, Scandal still has the advantage. Mij gets the res off on Nina Burrito. Huge res from Mij, very risky. Nap Club does go down to Dovaking, so this is going to be a 1-5 for Scandals. 3:45 left.
The hammer kill.
The hammer kill, that's just the ultimate BM right there.
It really is. The Torb is actually doing a lot of work and getting a lot of damage. He almost... And a lot of ults online for Scandals.
Yeah, now Team Disconnect does have the blade here. If Sinatra is able to get picked or does not get that immortality field down in time, Shatter 3K can really do a lot of work with this blade. But because they did the swaps, they're not going to have a lot of ults. Now Dog is slamming down, able to get a lot of damage out. Sinatra's going to have to do that immortality field soon just to keep the team alive. But there are a lot of ultimates for Scandals right now. Dovaking does go down, and so does Nina Burrito. So this could be Team Disconnect's fight here. Mij also goes down, and there goes Sinatra. So Team Disconnect just very clean take. They lost Dog, but that may end up being the only one that died. Now Orin goes down as well to a punch from Gazorpazorp, but Quinstry gets his revenge, and Gazorpazorp goes down. Dog and Orin will be able to get back here. They will get that unfortunate spawn, so their snowball potential is going to be kind of ruined by the fact that they have to wait, and because they are not going to have the ult advantage that Scandals has here.
I'm surprised they didn't use any ults yet. I think that they're just trying to hold out so they can have a clean ultimate economy when it comes to second. Especially with that really tough first choke.
And this is honestly a good move, and that pick on Sinatra is huge. The Doomfist play is disgusting. So it looks like they're just all pressing Q at once, and this is what I was afraid of, because now all of those Qs are gone. Immortality field is destroyed. So right now, even though those ults are probably going to win them this fight here, it isn't necessarily going to happen, because look at what Nikanono's doing, taking out Whale Science. Most of Scandals are down now, and they didn't even really need to use ultimates here. So now Scandals only has one ultimate left on the board. And Team Disconnect still has quite a few that are going to be coming up in a second. We have Dog, we have Nap Club, and we have Nikanono's ult. And right now they're just sort of stalling out the point here. They still think that this is winnable here. Scandals respawns are coming back, so I don't know if this is still winnable. And we can see that Quinstry is sort of getting out there. Shatter 3K just trying to farm up as much blade as possible right now, which is really easy on those tanks, but he is going to be taken out by Whale Science. So they are going to have to wait a little bit to recontest here, but they have 2 minutes to cap this point. They did not get a tick there, but Scandals has no ultimates on the board, and Team Disconnect has about 4.
Disconnect is probably just going to maybe press Q all at once, hoping for a team kill and then just an easy take, but I don't know if Scandals will really let them. Maybe an early pick or just hiding most of them. Oh.
Now Nap Club does go down by Dovaking, just like you said, an early pick. Dovaking does go down, but so does Shatter. But they're still pressing Q, and they did press Q all at once, like you said. So we did lose 2 ultimates there, but it's working out for Team Disconnect right now. Another Q comes through right here, sort of zoning out the side there. Dovaking has to recontest here. He's going against only 2 on the side of Team Disconnect. They're able to get a tick here. Gazorpazorp coming through. The respawns from Scandals are going to mess up this play here. But Nap Club's Coalescence comes out, able to keep people alive. Shatter 3K is going to blade here, but the question is whether or not he can get a kill, and he can't. Mij takes him out with Coalescence. Quinstry's Doomfist ult comes through, but it's not going to get anybody, and Dog goes down. So Team Disconnect just used up all of their ultimates, and it's a question of whether or not they can actually do this. So So even though they're getting these kills, Scandal still is able to contest this. The dragons come out again, even though they just came out. Orin is popping off. The Zorb sort of stuck in the back there, but he's able to sort of get back on point, going behind them here. Right now, Dog's just sort of spinning around on point. He zones out the High Noon and takes down Dovahkiin, so even though he was able to damage Dog there, it did not get any kills. Right now, it's just sort of a Hammond, weird, just so much chaos on the point right now. Now, Nina Burrito's bomb does get 2. This Burrito bomb could end up destroying Team Disconnect's chances here. Team Disconnect has to get these kills secured. Dovahkiin goes down. It's just Mij and Gazorb on point. Now, Whale Science is back. The respawns are starting to come back now. Orin is back here. Dog is slamming on the point, though. They have to make sure that they're still contesting. This is an overtime, and Dog goes down. So does Orin. Quinstry and Nikonono are the only ones left on point. Nap Club is back now. This is just down to the wire, but the Team Disconnect is not actually securing these kills right now. Overtime ticks away.
Great
Scandals win.
That was
What the?
that was really tied. Honestly, could have. I think maybe with a little bit like of just better ults usage, they might have won Disconnect. But
That's what I was thinking too. They pressed Q all at once when they had the ability to be patient there, and they pressed Q during a lost fight. So even though it was kind of working in their favor in a way because they were able to secure kills, they never actually secured the total advantage in terms of people on the point.
right.
So at that point, it just means that you're just sort of, their respawns are going to come through and then you're kind of screwed. So overall, just wow.
Honestly, a lot of Scandal's heroes were very mobile, and that kind of hurts depending, like for a Hanzo ult or a Doomfist. They can really get out of it. It's a wasted ult at that point because you don't get any picks. I'm surprised that they held it for that long. It was very fun to watch.
Yeah, they had a fantastic hold, and again, like I was saying earlier, Team Disconnect had a 4:30 time bank or something like that. But that can still get thrown away. Scandals was able to get both points pretty much very quickly. It was just down to percentage points there at the end of the day. So this is an extremely close matchup. I'm stunned. This is going to be another extremely chaotic game, and I'm so excited, but oh man, I am not going to be able to talk tomorrow.
That's awful. Yeah. They held it out for a long time. It was just one really long fight with multiple ults committed over and over and over just to make sure that neither side won.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, that's pretty much what wins too. It's just being able to use the ultimates correctly. And, at this level where we're all pretty similar in terms of SR and mechanical skill to some degree, it comes down to things like communication and your ult management and your team compositions and your ability to counter.
A lot of the boring stuff.
Yes, as I said earlier, and I got yelled at by Muffin for calling that boring.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong. It's pretty interesting when you get down to it.
It is. And that's sort of the nice thing about organized team play like this tournament versus, let's say, going into comp and solo queuing. You don't get the same things like, you have to make sure that your team is getting along and you're managing people's time and you're managing, just all of these different... my mistake. Hang on. I just messed up the lobby a little bit.
All right. So we're on Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what'll come from both teams. I know since, we have the Goats haters, we're not going to see that, but that might be a bit of a downside because there are just maps that Goats are very strong on for certain points. This could be a bunker, it could be a dive, very back and forth. I want to see what they're going to pick.
They can basically run anything here. Bunker's really strong, but so is Goats to be Goats. So you honestly never know. And obviously Team Disconnect came out with the freaking quad tank. So this is just, I have no idea what to, usually I have just a little bit of an inkling of what people are going to run. No freaking clue right now. It looks like we are getting from Team Disconnect is going to be on defense here first. Team Disconnect is going to run a 2-2-2 with Mercy Zen heals. One of my favorite heal compositions, honestly. We're getting some good spam from the Junkrat and some Ashe. Orin's Ashe is disgusting. And then Ryan's, honestly, this is probably one of my favorite compositions to play, something that's spam heavy but also pick heavy. I love playing the Mercy Zen. Scandals is running a good dive here too.
Ashe is a bit of a problem, especially if you get good, right there, dynamites off. You can get Bob very fast, and he is a pain when it comes to just...
Yeah. He is a massive pain, especially if he's well placed. Bob definitely can do something. And this dive is probably going to be upset by not only Orin's amazing Ashe, but also this Junkrat spam is going to make it very difficult for them to dive in without getting some sort of collateral damage, if you will. So it looks like already Scarecrow and Gazorpus are getting some damage thrown into them, especially with that Discord Orb from Quinstry, who gets really low with that Tracer sort of sitting on him. Whale Science right now trying to go for those supports. Scarecrow is going to get demeched here, but Orin is going to go down. This is huge. This could win Scandals here the match, just being able to get those picks. Nap Club goes down, but so does Gazorpus Orb. But it looks like right now Scandals are coming out here on top right now. It's just Dog and Quinstry left. Quinstry is going to sort of dive on point as a Hail Mary, just sort of like 1v6 their entire team, but obviously that doesn't work. So that's going to be a very quick and clean dive in there from Scandals here.
Zen's Discord is just very good for both. They're utilizing it pretty well to just, like on Gazorpus Orb, he got deleted almost instantly. I was surprised. I was like, he was full health and then he was gone. So...
It just goes to show how coordinated these teams are too, being able to capitalize on the power of Zen's Discord Orb. Both teams taking kind of an early fight here too. Usually we let the cart go a little bit, but nope, not these teams. Dragonblade comes out from Dovahkiin, gets Orin already. Orin just unable to do anything. Nikanono and Quinstry also go down. Nap Club is able to bring Nikanono back up to sort of salvage this push, but Dog on the Diva is going to be taken out anyway. So that res is sort of in vain. They can't really do anything. It's just Shatter 3K and Nap Club left. And Gazorpus Orb is just in the backline harassing them, while Mij and Zenatra are getting all of this progress on the cart right now. So by the time that they're going to be able to recontest here on Team Disconnect with the full 6, that cart is going to be almost at the end of the point, and this is one fight territory here for Scandals. They could potentially push this cart in right here.
Yeah, resing that... Oh.
Alright, let's see if Bob does something. I know that Tiger did something and got Mij. Right now it looks like Bob is putting in a lot of damage, not securing any kills yet necessarily. Alright, Dovahkiin goes down, so this is going to be a lost fight here for Scandals. They're just going to get slowly picked away at until it all sort of snowballs from there. They are going to chase Gazorpus Orb down, and he is low, but he is going to be able to get out with his life there and charge up the support ults a little bit.
That was good ult usage. They really were able to zone the area, get a lot of picks that they needed.
Yeah, but again, now Team Disconnect, they committed a lot of Qs there. So they still do have 2 ultimates on the board, which is good, but they're still going to be at a slight disadvantage here in terms of just pure ultimate usage. Gazorpus Orb did zone out Orin there. They know that he's good, and they're just completely not letting him do anything right now.
Yeah, the Nanoblade is coming on for Scandals. We're probably going to see that soon, especially with multiple ults being used for Disconnect.
Yeah, now Disconnect is down 1, but bringing Orin back up means that they may be able to win this here. Scarecrow's bomb is able to get Nap Club, but everybody else was able to hide inside of the well-placed Winston bubble there. But this is still, nope, this is not winnable for Team Disconnect. As I said that, the picks started coming through, so Scandals will be able to push this and cap point 2 here.
Oh, Mercy got short spawned. That's not good.
No, that's not good at all.
I wonder if they see her.
I think that they do, they're chasing her right now. She is going to be able to escape. Nap Club just showing that she's pretty damn good on Mercy there, being able to get out. Shatter 3K is able to take out Gazorpazorp too, so Team Disconnect can capitalize on this. Tire does come out right now. We'll see if it actually does anything right now. Nikonono is going to go down, but so does Zenatra, so Team Disconnect still sort of on top here. But Scandals does have the closer respawn here. This could be dangerous. Bob coming out. Let's see if he does anything here. He's sort of zoning out the cart here. But Scandals already is kind of backing off here, so he's just going to zoom away before he can really do anything here.
Scandal still has Nano Blade, and I think they might be waiting for Lucio to either beat or get a pick on him. We'll have to see if they're able to secure the pick or bait out the ult.
Yeah, this can be where it gets scary here. We'll see how they do. Pure ult advantage, Scandal should be able to win this, but again, this isn't just a game of who has the most Qs to press. Nap Club's Valkyrie does come out here, able to keep the team alive. Scarecrow's bomb does come out, able to get two. Scarecrow proving to get some really good bombs. Gazorpazorp sacrifices himself, but is able to shield his team from Dog's bomb right there. So right now, Scandals are sort of split up a little bit, but so is Team Disconnect with Zenatra and Mish sort of in this, or sorry, they're Scandals. They're sort of in a weird spot while the rest of the teams are far away from them. Nikonono just in their back, just trying to do something with his primal, just sort of pushing everybody.
There it is.
Huge pulse bomb and Dragon Blade, able to get two, and it just sort of snowballs from there, getting overwhelmed and from the rest of the damage coming out from the team, so they're going to be able to push up real far, basically right into their spawns. 2 minutes left to be able to cap this third point here.
Getting close.
So Bob does come out, but kind of gets stuck there, but he is able to sort of still shoot at that point. And notice how he is under a lot of cover too, so it's hard to contest. But Orin and Dog taken out. Quincy and Shatter go down as well. Scandal's just clean, killing everybody. They're able to cap this point.
Yeah, Disconnect was really on the downside for ults, because Scandals just had, they were using it at the right time, and they were really like watching for Disconnect's ults.
They're also putting out a lot of damage there too, so they're able to actually charge up their own ultimates a lot faster than Team Disconnect was.
They are.
So as mentioned in the chat here, so we're talking about what value does Ashe have over McCree or Soldier or Tracer here. Obviously, I'm not a DPS main, but I think that one is probably a comfort pick. I think that Orin is really good at Ashe and will probably do better, but also like Ashe can put out a lot of damage, especially with the big dynamite.
So the thing that
Bob
I know
Stall.
about
Yeah,
Ashe,
go for it.
what my coach has told us, is the reason why he's better over McCree is because he can put out, or she actually can put out, she's pretty much like Widow. If you give her a Mercy pocket, she'll do as much damage as Widow. She has Bomb, which is, or a Dynamite, which is great for like crowd control and just doing widespread damage. And then Mobility, where McCree has this role, she can use her Coach Gun to get vertical leverage and just really push people away if there's a dive. So Ashe is a pretty strong character now, especially if another team is playing very close together in a bunker or goats.
Yeah, and she's honestly just my favorite hero in terms of design, so I'm a little biased to love seeing her get put into play. So Scandals is, as we have seen, gonna run the Torb here. Always very exciting, along with the Ryan Zarya, Afara, Baptiste Mercy, similar to what we saw in Volskaya. We are also going to get a 3-2-1 comp here from Team Disconnect with that Genji, Doomfist, and Pharah. Very dangerous. Dog's gonna slam here. It's gonna take quite a bit of damage, but he's gonna be able to get out and get healed up. Jovahkiin's turret goes down, but Orin is going to be taken out by Zenatra, meaning that Team Disconnect already at a disadvantage here. But Shadow 3K is going to be putting out a lot of damage, but that Immortality field means that he cannot secure any kills, so he's going to be taken down. Right now, Team Disconnect just sort of poking, trying to get ultimates. They do have some that are almost coming up on the board, but so does Scandals here. So both pretty even areas right now.
That batch is really good with the Immortality. It's just denying a lot of just picks from Disconnect. Doomfist is kind of hard with. Oh, okay. With Hanzo.
Yeah, interesting pick. But honestly, I don't necessarily mind it. I think the Hanzo is going to be a little more effective here. It looks like we have the McCree as well instead of the Genji. Also, I think a good pick. So right now, Whale Science does have the Barrage and is probably looking to use it here, especially with everybody grouping up here. Barrage does come out, huge Barrage, able to get pretty much all of them with that extra damage. Nap Club does res Quinstery here, but that's sort of in vain because Quinstery and Nap Club cannot 2v6 an entire team, so they did just feed a little bit there. Part of that may have been like trying to charge up their support ultimates there.
Yeah.
But
I've noticed that Scarecrow has really good bubbles. Like the timing and who she bubbles is been very, very good. I think Scarecrow.
Alright, well, King vomiting over on the point. Shatter goes down to it, and Whale Science is able to take out Nikanono, but Quinstery and Orin take out King and Niche. So this is sort of where Team Disconnect is going to have to push in, especially with that Mercy being down. So right now they're starting to push in. They have their Ryan back here. Dog is taken out, though. Nap Club does res him, but his charge is going to be gone. Whale Science goes down. This is Team Disconnect's chance here. Shatter comes out from the Zorb, stuns a bunch of them, and they're going to be put into that grab. Scandal's just pressing Q after Q here. Nap Club does use that Valkyrie, though, so right now, Team Disconnect does have ult advantage after Scandal's just pressed Q a bunch. But we do have Torb ult almost back up already. Whale Science about to have Far ult. We pretty much only have the High Noon. Okay, we can have Grab Dragon coming out here, then.
That's what it looks like they're probably going to go for, especially without a diva to eat or anything to really counter except immortality. If they really focus that down, they can get a lot of things.
Now Whale Science really putting a lot of damage into Team Disconnect here. Nick and Nono about half health right now. Dog goes down to the turret. And Shatter 3K goes down to the Sparrow. So they need to get out of there. Justice comes out, staggering them further, taking out both supports. Quinstery does take out Whale Science, but Whale Science is going to be able to be rezzed by Mige here. So, last chance right here.
That turret is really just a pain in Disconnect's side. It's giving Torb a lot of ult, and especially since it's a moving turret, it's kind of hard to hit.
Yeah, now they did pick the Baptiste there. Sinatra is gone. So when that Grab Dragon comes through here, which it did not come through, so no Grab Dragon, but we did get the High Noon, so they are going to be able to clean up these kills. But they did not have that Baptiste Immortality field. I saw Insane sleep. I don't know if Orin got slept or what happened there. But insane play right now.
Stop the payload.
Alright, so yeah, Team Disconnect was able to cap here, but they do only have about 2 minutes in order to cap second point here. King taking out Dog and Nap Club. This is going to slow them down significantly. King's turret just doing so much work here. It's insane.
It's such a pain. It's like another character, honestly. Like Mini Bob. Just really just poking a lot of damage and getting a lot of.
Yeah, I honestly think that they should probably switch to something divier here, take advantage of the verticality of the map, and also make it a little easier to dive onto that turret. Right now, the turret's kind of able to go in areas where they can't really get to yet. Hammer does come through, stuns nearly the entire team. Nap Club is able to keep the team up, and that Dragon comes through, though. Team Disconnect able to take a huge fight here. They did have to press a lot of Qs, though. They have no ultimates on the board. Shatter 3K is going to be up on that High Noon soon, but that ultimate can be difficult to do unless you're able to take some really good positioning and have things like shields be taken out of the picture. And Scandals is going to be able to recontest here. They're just sort of waiting patiently, waiting for them to be able to get an advantage. Grab comes out, and it's just going to snowball from there. Scandals takes out 3 almost immediately. Mige with the Valkyrie to keep everybody up and damage boost them even further. She's sort of chasing and battle mercying.
Battle Mercy was the worst.
Or the best, depends on which side of the Battle Mercy you're on there.
That's fair. been on
So
the
right
wrong
now
side.
we are going to have Dog coming up on a grab soon. We do have the High Noon and Dragons coming up soon as well. So this is still winnable, but there is only one more fight here. So Team Disconnect is going to have to sort of get it together and keep a clear head here. Dovey King does have that ultimate coming through. He's about to bomb it on that point, and Sinatra has that Baptiste ult to help add in that extra damage. Baptiste ult comes out. Nap Club is down. Quincy takes out the turret. High Noon comes through, kills 3 of them. Huge High Noon from Shadow there. Just absolutely saves the team right here. Shadow 3K does go down, but it doesn't matter because Sinatra and Mige are going to be taken out by the tank line. Whale Size is the only one that can contest here, but he's taken out by Nikanono's Fire Strike. Gazorpazorp trying to contest, but there's going to be a grab that's thrown right at the door there to zone them out. And it's not going to be enough for Scandals. They are going to lose this point here. But Team Disconnect already at a time bank disadvantage. They were about 10 seconds behind Scandals just when they capped the point. So now realistically, they have to stay on the cart the entire time. They have 1, maybe 2 fights here in order to win this. Probably 2. But it's going to be close.
Which is, I think, going to be very helpful. Shatter, Dragons, and Nana, and Valkyrie coming online, so we're probably going to see maybe a Shatter Dragon again.
That Shatter does come through, but it doesn't really stun, but Nikanono's counter Shatter, stunning nearly the entire team, comboed with that Dragon and that Nano boost. A lot of Qs pressed by Team Disconnect here, which means that they're not going to have any ultimates here for this last fight. Scandals are not going to be able to get a full recontest here because of the speed that this payload is going. They're sort of going to have to stagger in here, but because they don't have any ultimates on the board here, this could be hard for Team Disconnect with the lack of respawns. But Team Disconnect is able to get that damage out because Zorpazorp is the only one contesting point right now. Dovey King in the back, super low, gets swinged on. The Shatter comes out to kill Whale Size. Sinatra contesting the point as Lucio, notoriously hard to kill. Dog and Nikanono are the only ones left here. They have to get Mige off of the point. Nap Club does come back in the nick of time. Scarecrow's Graviton combo with the Dragons could lose this right here. Shatter 3K, Dog, and Quinstreet, the only ones left for Team Disconnect here. 3 left for Scandals. Quinstreet does take out Gazorpazorp. High Noon comes out for Shatter. Is going to be deflected. Takes Shatter out. Dog takes out Dovey King, but the Coalescence comes through. This could lose it right here with all of that extra damage. Dog and Quinstreet trying to get us point. Quinstreet goes down and so does Dog. Orin is going to have to get on point, and he does, but he dies. Gazorpazorp trying to charge in. Does not get it. We can see the Diva dancing at the end there. Scandals with a very, very close win there.
Wow, it's really just neck and neck. I think what might have hurt Disconnect was the Shatter on just Genji alone. It is of course imperative that you have to get him off point, but he was pretty low already. I don't know. It would have been better to save it or just last fight rescue.
Yeah, and it was sort of a lot of the issues that we've seen with Team Disconnect here is just the fact that when they press Q, they press all of their Qs. And I think that can work in a last fight situation to get everybody off the point. But when you have the rest of that fight and you have another one and you have those recontests coming through, you better have those Qs to make sure that everybody dies. And that just didn't happen there. And even though it's 2-0 Scandals, Team Disconnect right now, that is not indicative of how these matches are being played. Those wins for Scandals were by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, it's really close. Like, honestly, next map, it could be the same thing, very close, but this time it's in Disconnect's favor. It's looking like it's more of ults at the end again, and just those spawns are very fast, and switching to the right here at the right time can just really help Kate take the point.
Now that we are halfway through the match, I'm going to take this time to remind all of our viewers right there. There are a lot of them tonight. It's really exciting. I want to remind our viewers that we do have our match MVP poll on the Twitch homepage. If anybody on either Scandals or Team Disconnect is starting to curry your favor, they're starting to stand out, they look like they're carrying their team, give them a vote and allow them to get the viewer MVP. You can vote until the end of the match and a little bit afterward, but if you're noticing that somebody is standing out, go ahead and get your vote in now. Our next map is going to be Nepal.
One of my favorite maps. It's It's just a fun map. Very, very open spaces. You know, long sight lines if you're at the right spot. We could see. I was gonna say goats, but I know Scandals does not like goats. So.
Yeah, and I think that Team Disconnect also doesn't love goats.
Yeah.
And a lot of their compositions, instead of, even if they're on a goats heavy map, they'll often run goats counters instead. So I would be surprised if we end up getting goats, especially since Hollywood can be a goats v goats map and we didn't see any goats there. Right. And our next maps, Watchpoint, Gibraltar, and Ilios, are not necessarily goats maps either.
No.
If we don't see goats here, we're not going to see goats anywhere. And it looks like we are not going to see goats. We're going to get a 2-2-2 on the side of Team Disconnect here. Looks like they're calling for a pause.
Oh. So we have, let's see, Scandals is running a 2-2-2 with Genji and Pharah. That can be really good if Pharah gets a lot of damage in the backline and then just ghost dashing from Genji. Mm-hmm. There's a Pharah on the side of Disconnect with a Mercy, but Scandals doesn't have a Mercy. It might be for Zen's defensive ult against a Grab Dragon, which could happen from Disconnect.
Yeah, one of the things too is that Mish, as she had said in her last interview there, is that she's an Ana main, not a Mercy main. So I think that any map that's going to be a good Ana map, she's probably going to want to run that Ana. So even though they don't have the Resurrection, which you don't always need, but it can save your team when they're throwing.
We saw
the sort of motto that I've had before is I can't out heal stupid. So you might not be able to out heal stupid, but you can resurrect stupid. So without the Mercy, you are not going to be able to resurrect that stupid. But Scandals doesn't always play stupid, so I think that it could be okay.
I agree. Yeah, that's a saying on our team too, you know. But I think we might see Ana's probably posted on the, I guess, I don't know which way you're looking from, but the higher part. I don't know how to word that, like how to explain it, but like on the top part for good LOS, just that way they can get shots off, or it might be like a close played Ana. I'm not really that best. I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to healers, so correct me if I'm wrong.
So for the Ana, you're usually going to be positioned a little bit defensively, just because you can't really defend yourself too easily. So it's not like the Mercy where you can sort of take really aggressive positions because you know that you're going to have somebody to fly to. Looks like both teams going straight to point. The Quinstory is on that Pharah with the Nappa pocket. So this is going to make it a little bit easier here for Team Disconnect to start taking or putting in a lot of damage. Orin does go down, but so does Whale Science. They trade DPS. Nick and Nono goes down to the Zorp's Fire Strike here, and Quinstory is going to go down as well. So this is just a lost fight here for Team Disconnect. And Dog ends up killing himself and Shatter goes down, so they're just going to give it up here, which is a good move. No use fighting in a lost fight.
Right. Dovahkiin's doing pretty good on Doomfist, the Doomfist v Doomfist, so it's really about not just skill, but how well your team can help you. Like a Zarya bubble at the right time can save your life.
Mm-hmm. As we can see with Orin in this Doomfist v Doomfist example, that Zarya bubble made it so he did not die in that Doomfist v Doomfist and did not take that much damage. But Zorpazar takes Nikonono out once again. Nikonono may be able to be rezzed here depending on where he died. But it looks like his Zorpazar is going to go down. So the fact that there's no main tanks here except for Nikonono coming back with the respawns means that Team Disconnect might be able to take this. So they're starting to press W here. They're going in on Whale Science, Scalecrow, and Dovahkiin right now. Whale Science goes down by Quinstory. Dovahkiin is slept, but is able to escape death for now. Sinatra does go down to Quinstory's Barrage, though. Nikonono goes down, but so does Scarecrow and Niche. So they did commit 2 ultimates here. Meteor Strike does come out. He's just sort of trying to stall out right now because Zorp and Dovahkiin. Dovahkiin does go down, and so does the Zorp. Nikonono gets res back up. Yeah. Right now, very clean take there from Team Disconnect, and they didn't press too many Qs, so they do still have 3 ultimates on the board. But Scandals is about to have 4, so they're coming in with a slight advantage here already. It'll be interesting to see how this fight goes here.
Yeah, Scandals doesn't Scandals doesn't have that many DPS ults.
Oh shoot! Oh my gosh, I almost swore there. Orin just with a giant punch into a Graviton Surge, get that Earth Shatter at. Oh my lord. Just a really... that was beautiful.
Say, though?
That was clean.
The ult is only as good as the grab.
That's true. That is very true. And Dog's grabs have been consistently great. Dog is a really good Zarya. I've always very much respected his Zarya. Another big grab. Will it have the follow-up? It got the anti out, which is going to allow for the follow-up on Dog. Whale Science does go down to Orin, though. Looks like we keep trading. Nap Club, because she has the res, is able to bring Dog back up. So Team Disconnect is going to be able to keep this going. But Dovahking is able to take out Nap Club here. Dovahking on that Widow over there, just getting some pot shots here. Nap Club going down is big, but unfortunately, because Scandals did end up going down, she is going to be able to get back very quickly. It looks like Scarecrow is switching to the D.Va here. Honestly, a good pick, especially with those fire rockets coming in and the barrage on the board right now. Nikanono is hacked to that Sombra. Whale Science did switch. Whale Science already almost a quarter way to an EMP. The sleeping Nano Ryan unfortunately is woken up. That was a huge sleep from Shatter there. Quinstry does go down, but so does Dovahking. So sort of trading DPS here. Quinstry is taken back up by Nap Club with that res. Justice reigns from above and takes out the rest of Scandals there, and the staggers are just going to come through in overtime. Team Disconnect is going to be able to win this here.
That was a pretty good hold. I think that I know Dovahking on Widow is a pain, especially when you're in ruins, just flicking us left and right. Orin had just really good Doomfist play. I'll have to give him that. You know, they were really bullying Ryan, especially just because, you know, you can't save against a punch, and that's a lot of damage coming in. So if you can't out heal that quick enough, that's just a quick pick. Huh.
Yeah, and they did a very good job capitalizing on their advantages that they had compositionally as well. Overall, just a really clean fight, and it looks like Miege is going to go onto the Mercy here instead of the Ana. Probably a good move because those resurrections were very clutch from Nap Club there. Really made a lot of difference. So both teams are going to be going in right now. It looks like both of them are taking the flank to the high ground here. So we are going to see... Oh, huge pull! Takes out Nikanono. Orin is able to escape death, but he's not able to escape that hook. So Dovahking takes out Orin as well. Quinstry is going to punch, but unfortunately, because that immortality field, even though he got a little bit of damage out, he's not going to be able to secure any kills. Team Disconnect just going to back up.
I'm surprised they didn't go a pull or a boob comp, just because it's so powerful on this map, especially, you know, just instant kill with a bunch of abilities, like a Doomfist punch off the map. That's just one clean pick that they can't save from.
Yeah, that was just the original pick, getting the tanks down. Beautiful. That was just such a nice pull from Gazorpazork there. Really good job. They're going to have to be wary of it here. It looks like they're not going on the side of the pit here. But Nikanono is going to be hooked. He is going to get a huge pull, but unfortunately not tons of capitalization. They're able to hook Dovahking, but not that much damage comes through. Orin does go down here. Dog gets hooked, so he's in a bit of a weird position. Orin is able to be rezzed here, but Dog goes down, so Team Disconnect is still at a man disadvantage. Scarecrow's DMX, because Orpazork goes down, Scarecrow goes down. High Noon does take out Orin, and Dovahking is slept on the point. Huge sleep. It looks like Scandals may be able to stabilize here. Everybody's sort of pushed into that room right now, and they have the advantage here. Oh, look at the ultimates.
Yeah, Disconnect has a lot of ultimates available, and they did stall out 3 heroes, so that's going to give them some extra time to get that point percentage. We might see Tire and Nanoblade coming up, is probably what's going to happen.
And I think the move again here is don't press Q all at once. You have almost all of your ultimates. Oh, Nikanono goes down to a very good hook there. Unfortunate. Scarecrow's bomb comes out, takes Orin down, so Team Disconnect is just already at a 2-man disadvantage here. They just sort of need to get out. They do commit the resurrection though. and they commit the tire, but it's taken out by Scarecrow. Scarecrow sort of doing a celebratory dance in the back there. The Valkyrie comes out from Nige here. Orin does do the Nano Blade here, but unfortunately can't really do anything. He does take out Sinatra though. High Noon comes out, absolutely huge. Whale Science killing Orin and Shatter 3K.
That was pretty good on Scandal's part.
It's crazy because first map was kind of one-sided towards Team Disconnect. This one was one-sided towards Scandals. It's going to be another down-to-the-wire matchup.
It's just constant neck and neck. If Disconnect can take this point here, oh, this is a rough one.
Yeah, and here's where this is sort of very important here, because this map is literally what's going to determine whether or not Team Disconnect is going on to the finals or not. If Team Disconnect wins on this map, the game is over. They go to finals. Even though this has been neck and neck and super close, they still have won 2 maps. Or sorry, Scandals, not Team Disconnect, Scandals. Team Disconnect, if they win this map here, they're still in the game and can go for the reverse sweep. So this is huge. And
that's always
no, go for
difficult to do, because just if you lose 2 games in a row, it really hurts morale. I've noticed that, you know, teams, it's just, you know, we can do it, but it's in the back of your mind, you might be doubting yourself. It's really tough.
Yeah, and I wish that Team Disconnect won it because they are playing extremely well here.
They are.
So it looks like they are going to be going on to the point trying to get this picture. Now the Pharmacy here is probably going to end up helping them out a little bit, but both teams are running a Pharmacy, so I don't know how this is going to go.
I'm surprised.
I just... Ooh, Scarecrow goes down. Orin goes down as well, though. There is no immortality for Sinatra. Orin resurrected, but Nap Club goes down for it. Sinatra taken out, so they sort of swap healers. Nano Boost comes through. Nikanono just swinging away with no regard to his life, able to take out Gazorpazorp. Nige is just sort of off to the side right now. She is going to try to contest just a little bit longer, but is going to be picked. So Team Disconnect is going to take this point and start the capture process.
I'm surprised that they're not running a hit scan, because, you know, Farah is just very strong in this map. They're running a Sin. Oh, no, not anymore.
And they swapped to Sombra, which I think is a really good pick, especially given that Orin is an insane Doomfist, and those hacks can really make it very difficult for him to do his job. So Scarecrow does get the hack onto Nap Club here. Unsure if they're going to be able to get the follow-up. Ooh, Scarecrow's going to be solo justiced. Just sort of screaming in the match chat from that. Nikanono is going to get the fire strike to the face, though, and is going to go down. Nova King taken out by Shatter 3K. Nikanono is going to be resurrected on the side of Team Disconnect, so Team Disconnect is going to win this fight here. Nige, again, last one to die, just sort of going to get staggered here. Whale Science jumps off of the map. Scarecrow in the back going to try to farm up EMP a little bit here. They are 35% of the way. Looks like they're going to be looking for that clutch hack in the back there.
Yeah, if you can't capitalize on that hack either, it's just a bit of a waste at that point. I know it's hard to just have that coordination with Sombra and hacks. And if you hack Doomfist, he's really just feeding at that point, because...
Yeah. It's the same with a lot of the team that Team Disconnect is running. Every one of those heroes pretty much becomes a sitting duck if you get that hack off. Graviton Surge does come out. Nikanono and Dog Earth Shattered as a result. Huge Graviton. Just a really confusing kill feed right now. Everybody's just sort of dying, taking turns. Both teams just sort of even right now. Nikanono just swinging, gets Gazorpazorp, but Nikanono is the only one left on point, so he's just stalling it out as long as he can. Nisha's gonna get the res. So it's overtime right now, but they're able to cap. And Scandal still does have a lot of ultimates on the board here. Team Disconnect actually has less here, so even though they have a 99 and they just have to win one fight, the question is, can they? Because Team Disconnect or Scandals may be able to solve this out.
They do have, they have to have the whole point. So the best probably bet for Disconnect is to bait out ults and...
Now the EMP does come out but doesn't get anybody. Quinstry barrages, takes out Dova King, and Wellsides goes down. Nikanono is dead, but it's not going to matter because they are going to be able to recap the point here. So now it's just a matter of stalling it out as long as they can, but Scarecrow is the only one on point here. Scarecrow is going to translocate away, is going to be shattered, and flies off of the point in that shatter. And it's gonna be Team Disconnect taking us to a map 4.
Oh, wow.
My lord. There's no words. That solo barrage on Scarecrow. Oh, we get a Mercy play in the game.
Finally. Healers need some love.
This is not your time.
Resurrect on Quinstery here. Looks like it's gonna be the Quinstery barrage and keeping the team alive.
Yeah, keeping those people at critical to full is really good.
And all Team Disconnect on the board as well for the cards. Things like 67% kill participation from Quinstery, 20,000 damage block from Nikonono. Really great play from Team Disconnect. Shows that they have the potential to reverse sweep here. I just have no words right now. I'm just so excited.
The one thing I noticed with both teams really is that all their people are very, very, very flexible. I'm pretty sure Quinstery said that he was a sub, what is it they called, off healer main, but I've seen him on like multiple DPS and he excels fairly well. So it's just really that constant switching I think is kind of confusing because there's different playstyles across the board for each person, and it's hard to just kind of figure them out and get in their head.
All right, now our next map is going to be Watchpoint Gibraltar here. Super excited for this. I honestly love this map a lot.
Really? I'm gonna kind of take the opposite.
The first point is always so weird, but I feel like there's a lot of potential to do some really cool team comps here. You can either run like a defensive dive, you can run a bunker, you can run double sniper. You have just so many
just different comps that you can go. Yeah, we've been experimenting with Gibraltar a lot, and it's really just tough to wrap your head around because it's just there's so much you can go, and that's so much that depending on what you go can be countered. That the tunnel underneath is just it's a very dynamic map on vertical on like being like the layout.
Initiating match.
I want to see what they're gonna run. I'm a bit excited myself.
I am too. And we did just get complimented in the Twitch chat as well. Said Bance and Udon, wow, you guys are doing great. Thank you. That's so appreciated.
Yeah, that's nice to hear.
So nice to hear.
We might see a 3-2-1 or a 4-1-1 from Disconnect, like a multiple DPS comp, just because like if you can really cause a lot of chaos, you can get a lot of picks fast, especially with a Genji and a Pharah. Just all this taking a good advantage of the verticality of the map.
So it looks like Team Disconnect is going to, I don't know if they're memeing or what is going on here, but attack pirate ship? I don't know if pirate ship's the move here.
Bunker pirate ship with a rig.
They have to be memeing. They have to be memeing.
I mean, I see like some of the value with Brig, maybe like the stun, a dive, and just very quick healing, but like you might be losing a lot. Oh, they have a purple. Okay. So 3-2-1 from Disconnect, but with that's actually interesting. Oh.
What?
I really don't know what they're trying to.
I have no idea what to make of Disconnect's attack comp here. The defense makes sense. The defense makes sense to me, but what the hell is this attack?
No clue. It might work too, just because like getting onto that point is gonna be a pain for the dive. It looks like Ana might come for the anti. Ooh, I really don't know what's...
And Nap Club and Quinstery are playing so far back, but it looks like they're going to sort of counter dive in here because Zorpus are getting in behind. But Baptiste's Immortality Field is going to keep everybody alive and allow that healing to come through, and they're just going to roll right through here. The rest of Scandals is just sort of backing off here, sort of waiting for those respawns to come back in so they could get one final fight here. But they need to stop poking. Whale Science goes down to Ornn because of that. They did mess up the shield. This could be their chance to capitalize, but no, they're just gonna cap this point. They mess up the shield again. They're gonna end up throwing it on the ground instead of the payload. So they're giving opportunities. They do get the shield back.
Scandals might be running a rough comp against this. Wow, good pick.
They are. Now, Nap Club going down is a huge pick. But Scarecrow being demacked is another one. Okay, so they do get the Baptiste on the cart there. Orin is going to be able to one-shot a lot of those heroes. He is sort of spooked off of the cart here, but is going to still get a lot of value, especially going with that Brig swinging into everybody. They're just rolling through the point, and this should not work.
This might be the secret weapon they talked about. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're right. Dog did say he was doing casting channel with us before the game, and he was just, you know, talking to us, and he was like, all right, we have some secret weapons for them, and we're like, okay. I thought the quad tank was what he was talking about, but apparently they have another one.
Yeah, because this is different. It's not a common comp you see, so it could be that they have multiple secret weapons.
I have no words right now. I don't know how to even respond to this.
It's working really well too, which is just amazing for them.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that too is the Scandals did swap off of the D.Va here, and when you're Orin going down, they're gonna have to resurrect him. He does get resurrected with the help of that immortality field, and that immortality field makes it so the Nanoblade can't come through, but it does. So Whale Science is able to kill single-handedly most of Team Disconnect with help from Dovahkiin here. So just, oh my god. Okay, so really good defense there from Scandals. Team Disconnect is going to immediately swap off of this. They're going to get Quincy on the Pharah there. They're still going to keep the Brig Mercy healing, and they still do have that Bastion, but they have a Reinhardt instead. Rally comes through, able to give them the help. Dovahkiin goes down. Bomb, huge, takes out Mish. That is a very important pick there, and Gazorpazorp goes down to Shatter. They do not have the Mercy, so they cannot res any of this for the contest. So right now they're just wiping through them. Yeah, that was just nuts.
It wasn't even there. I honestly thought like, oh, why would they do that? But they were able to. Oh, good.
Yeah, very good eat from Dog there. The immortality field does come through, and so does the transcendence, rendering everybody pretty much immortal right there with the healing and the field. Shatter comes through from Nikonono. He played patiently and he waited until those were gone. Takes out almost all of them. Justice reigns from above here. Team Disconnect with what the hell did I just watch?
That was great. Honestly, I loved that. Like, I'm just like, whoever came up with that, congrats, because it's just hard, especially when you come with a different comp. I know Ramen Renegade has a few secret comps in our sleeves that I'm not going to reveal, but like just a different comp like that is just so hard to figure out quickly and on the fly.
And somebody pointed it out in chat too. They're like, oh, they're memeing, which they were pretty much memeing, but it still worked. Yeah, and I think that Scandals are just caught so off guard, and they didn't really know what to do. And, you know, Alaskan Anomalies had this happen against you guys too. The bunker with the Bastion is really hard to beat. So especially if you're peeling for that Bastion and making sure that you do everything you can to keep them alive. So Scandals are going to have a difficult time competing with that time bank. It looks like they are going to be running a bunker here with a Torb and a Bastion on defense. Team Disconnect, what the hell are you doing?
There might be a Torb v Torb. I think.
Oh my god! I love this so much.
Wow, this is just insane. We see that Scandals are going something similar to what they ran as a pirate ship. It looks like what they're going to try to do. Mm-hmm. We'll have to see whose bunker can really beat the others.
Unfortunately, no Torb here. They do have the Baptiste instead. They're going to be running triple support like they were doing before. Pretty much the same exact comp they ran on attack here. So it's going to be a Bastion v Bastion here. So Nikonono is going to have to get that shield up soon. The pole does come out but doesn't get anybody. And Whale Science goes down. That is huge. That is a very important pick there for Team Disconnect here, because now that Gazorpazorp and Whale Science are dead, there's basically no way that they're going to be able to get back on this cart, especially the angle that Team Disconnect took there. Taking that high ground was such a good decision, because now the cart is right in front of their Bastion. So the only way that they can actually start pushing the cart is if they start contesting that Bastion. So it looks like they are going to switch onto the Sombra Pharah here with the ball. Honestly, a really good pick here. Just sort of trying to disrupt that bunker as much as possible. Shield break going in, but it isn't going to be enough. There is another shield that is put down, and Scarecrow's demacked.
Sombra's pushing point. I don't know. Oh, they've noticed. Okay.
But that's good. That means that the point is no longer sort of right in their LOS.
True.
And they are going to end up redoing their bunker. They're not going to hold on that high ground anymore. So realistically, Scandals is going to be able to get back to that payload before they're totally in the bunker LOS. Scarecrow is going to jump off of the cliff here to re-mech themselves.
They hacked Bastion, but nobody was really there to capitalize.
And then that Baptiste ult comes through. Bastion's hacked once again, but again, nobody there to capitalize. Gazorpa's just sort of swinging around. He's trying to slam, but he's probably gonna, yep, he is taken out. That was just too much damage. And they're setting up on the payload now. So Scandals is going to have to contest this payload once again. Make sure that Orin goes down.
This is just a good hold from Disconnect side. Reverse pirate ship. It's kind of, I think that Scandals is a bit flustered at the moment.
And the kind of hard part about this is Whale Science on the Sombra is a good pick, but it's also going to be very hard for them to sit there and farm their EMP. You can't easily get behind them and get a bunch of damage put out to get that EMP up really fast, and that's going to basically be their win condition here. So Whale Science is trying to farm that EMP as much as possible, but they still have about 30% to go with a minute 30 left. I like the Scandals are playing patiently here. They're just sort of waiting for that EMP, but the Baptiste ult comes out from Quinstery. Dovahking solo ulting that Bastion, but it isn't going to get any more. Dog's bomb takes out Scarecrow's mech and Zinatra's immortality field here. EMP comes out, does get Dog, but doesn't really get anybody else. And so they're able to sort of just press Q a lot. Scarecrow's bomb does not get anybody.
Wow,
And
that was...
they just sort of C9 there.
I mean, I wouldn't really call it a C9 just because of the ults they used really zoned off the ability to recontest bomb and I guess Hammond bombs? I don't really know what to call them. But
The
just
mines, yeah.
Mines, yeah, denied space.
And they are still going to run this Bastion bunker too because they have been able to just keep reestablishing themselves. Dovahking is trying to contest Orin right now. Orin is kind of in danger here. They are going to be forced to back off with all of that peel coming through. Immortality field just sort of thrown to the side there. Isn't really getting that much value. Baptiste ult does come out, but it's at sort of a weird angle. So it's going to get a lot of healing on Orin, but not a lot of damage. Dovahking does solo ult, or not solo ult, sorry, he does ult that bunker, and he is able to get Orin and Nikanono down, but Nikanono is going to be resurrected. Nij and Zinatra are both down, even though Dovahking was resurrected. And so they're just sort of trading right here, but this is going to end with Team Disconnect on top here.
I think Disconnect took a different, I don't know if it would be considered the best Bastion positioning on the top ground over here. It kind of just completely blocks off underneath you, but you can get a lot of sight lines from Art and the other side. I guess they're going to reverse Parrot Ship now again.
Which is probably a good move here. But they are dealing with bunker very well on the side of Scandals here. Scarecrow is going to be demacked and taken out of the fight. Whale Science getting close to that EMP now. That EMP did not get a lot of value last time, but it can get a lot of value this time, especially with how close everybody's been playing. So right now it's just, again, play patiently. Don't blow a bunch of ultimates when you don't need, and Scandals should be able to come up on top here.
I like the Baptiste positioning. Just because he has a lot of, like, he can get good heals on his people, and he can also do a lot of damage. I know we know Quinn is pretty good at DPS, and so far doesn't have to worry about him.
And he can also avoid the EMP there as well, or at least Quinstery's Baptiste can, which means that he's going to be able to throw that immortality field when that EMP comes through, because Whale Science does have it right now. And they use it, and they miss Quinstery, so that immortality field, just like I said, just comes out there, so it's able to keep everybody alive. Quinstery's immortality field does go out, and Orin is killed, but Dovahking and Whale Science go down, so this is ultimately going to be a lost fight for Scandals here. Nij is able to get the res on Dovahking. Nat Club is going to resurrect Orin though, and this is going to end up with Team Disconnect once again on top here.
Their break positioning was very good. It stopped anybody from going up there, and it also kept her kiting the EMP, which allowed for Rally to be able to be put into play.
Yeah, and there's just so much progress that they have to make in the next, essentially 30 seconds. They're gonna have one fight here, and then they're gonna have another at the end if they're able to, or if Scandals is able to win this. Right now, Team Disconnect does sort of have the ult advantage. They almost have that Mercy ultimate. Ooh, big bomb, able to take out Nap Club and Orin. This is potentially the game winner here. And also D-Max Dog and Scarecrow takes out Nikanono. Scarecrow just carrying this last fight here, showing off on the kill feed a lot. But we can see Zed there too. I see those Discord Zed. So they... Go ahead.
Oh, okay. It looks like Quinn messed up his immortality, which allowed for propagate value. And the Mei wall just allowed them to kind of push in and start getting some early damage alleviated.
Now they are going to have to recontest here. Big stun right there from both Reinhardts. Quinstry, frozen, gets so low but doesn't get killed. A lot of healing coming out from Nap Club right now on the Mercy. Scarecrow going to be demaxed, but Orin taken out by the Mei here. Nikanono goes down as well, and these dragons come out. They're just pressing every single Q in the book. So they are going to end up winning here, wiping, getting a team kill. But only a minute 25 to go, so they already have a massive time bank disadvantage, and they have to push it all the way to the end here.
This is gonna be tough.
It is. One thing I don't know if anybody noticed too is there was a sleep and a wall that Scandals did, and you could just see the Mercy sleeping and the silhouette of Team Disconnect teabagging, and I just thought that just shows that they're still in good spirits here, even though they probably, were experiencing some tilt just because it's so hard to be down too. But they have some fire left. They're getting a second wind here, and they are swinging. Gazorb goes down to Orin right now. All of these ultimates are starting to come on the board here for Team Disconnect, and there's only about 40 seconds left here for Scandals to be able to recontest. And look, Whale Science is in the back here. I don't think that anybody notices him, and he's going to be pushing the cart right behind them. They do not notice that Whale Science is pushing the cart. Quincy still doesn't really notice that it's happening, but the big shatter from Gazorb comes down. Huge team wipe. Let's press all this Qs. Quincy goes to the barrage and takes out 3 of them. So while they are going to die for that, that is going to give them an advantageous position when they are able to recontest here. Nap Club gonna pop that Valkyrie and get out as soon as she can. Make sure to reestablish herself so she can make sure to keep those people alive. But that's a big anti coming out on the side of Team Disconnect here. Miish Gazorb goes down, Scarecrow goes down as well. Sinatra coming to recontest, but he's gonna get pushed away by the Reinhardt. Disconnect wins. Oh my lord, we may see a reverse sweep.
Is insane.
Oh my god.
Disconnect really played well, especially that far ult at the end. Just getting those 3 picks early can help with that recontest, and it did.
That is such a huge shatter, and that Nano was really clutch there too, just able to follow up. But then there comes that barrage that we were talking about. Able to take the barrage out with the fire strike, so they didn't lose everybody, but you're right. Those that sort of last minute picks was really what was able to solidify them to be able to capitalize and push them off the point right at the end there. I don't know how to properly express my freaking out right now without using swear words.
Yeah, it's just intense. It's really intense. Do you know the score right now?
So the score is 2-2.
Wow, really?
Really?
Talk about a nail biter.
I know. It's literally potential to be a reverse sweep. Now, Shatter 3K did DC, but he is back here. So no need to worry about pause times or anything. So we are going to go to our tiebreaker map here, which is Ilios.
Oh.
And we have a lot of spam here in the chat. Spam this creep for the reverse sweep. But this is when we could potentially see one. Ilios is a weird map.
It is, especially when we did Ilios against Disconnect, it was really rough for us. I think we pulled it back, but it was very hard-earned victory because they were just bullying us with what they have. They probably changed their comps a bit, and it's gonna give Scandals a tough time, I believe.
Yeah, and I remember talking to Dog earlier today when we were watching an Ilios map, and he was saying he was not a big fan of the map. And I don't necessarily blame him. It's one of my personal favorite maps, especially because the heroes that I play, mostly the Sombra and the Mercy, they're both pretty damn good on Ilios, especially maps like Ruins. You get to have some farmers there. The Sombra can be extremely powerful with their hacks there in the sort of pit area.
Yeah, I agree. Ilios is actually not one of my favorites either. I mean, of course, Well is iconic and
Yes.
a fan favorite for most, Boop character players like Lucio and Farah. But other than that, Ruins and Lighthouse are just kind of off when it comes to
Yeah. They're
maps.
weird.
They are weird.
They are super.
We could see Doomfist on Lighthouse just because of the amount of walls and space is probably gonna be very advantageous, especially with good bubbles from Scarecrow. We could probably see Doomfist from Dovahkiin.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. Honestly, all three maps are probably pretty good Doomfist maps. I think that if we do end up seeing Well, we're going to see Bunker for both sides, probably with the Pharmacy. Although you could see some snipers, not necessarily a Widow, but a Hanzo or an Ashe could do really well on the Well map there.
Definitely Ashe with like just the ability to get dynamites off, like above the bunker, can really be just very beneficial for the team while playing Ashe.
It looks like we are getting a sub for Scandals. We are going to have Icarus subbed in now, so it looks like both teams are ready. Shatter 3K said something about hold beer, so kind of a hold my beer type thing here, which is honestly what I hope the motto is for both these teams right now. Like, let's just see some ridiculous comps. Like, you know what? We don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to try it. We are going to be on Lighthouse here first, so we're probably going to see a Pharmacy from both sides. But this is also a good map for a McCree or an Ashe or a Doomfist.
I think we're going to see a DPS, like multiple DPS comp coming from Disconnect. But I mean, I could be wrong. They've been surprising us multiple times with just different comps.
They don't make any sense.
No, they really don't, but they work. And I guess that's all that matters.
But that's what I like about them too, is they don't make sense. So that means that Scandals basically has to adapt on the fly to whatever the hell they're running in that particular moment. You never really are knowing what you're gonna get with Team Disconnect. You can't really prepare for a weird super cart or just, oh my gosh, they just have run such weird comps.
Especially now they have I don't know if they're going to switch it up again last second, but they have Ornn on Doomfist and Quinn on Farah, which is honestly...
It makes sense.
It does. It's really
Both
good.
are some of their stronger heroes. Icarus is going to be on the Symmetra here.
Oh no.
Mish getting really low here. I don't know if we're going to get the pick or not. So right now we do have a 2-2-2 coming from Scandals against a 3-2-1 comp for Team Disconnect here. So Team Disconnect is going to dive in here. Oh no, it's a 2-2-2 as well. The Team Disconnect has the Winston. Sinatra goes down to Ornn here. Huge pick, taking out a lot of that healing. Now Shatter is going to go down as well, but both healers are gone for Scandals here. Team Disconnect is still down a lot though, although they do bring Shatter 3K back up and Whale Science does go down, so Team Disconnect should be able to win this point, especially now that Icarus is down. Nikanono is taken out by Scarecrow, who finally goes down to a Quinn Street Rocket. Sinatra's just sort of poking at them right now. Unable to get any picks. Dovahkiin sort of caught in a bad spot there and is going to be taken out by Ornn. Just overall, really good take here.
It was very clean. Disconnect has a lot of like flash damage just from, well, they switched off the dive, so I guess never mind.
Alright, so Justice is going to rain from above, even though there was a really good Shatter there. Unfortunately, not going to be able to capitalize there. But Dovahkiin is going to be able to take out Napclub and Ornn. So unfortunately, they do not have that follow-up there just because of that barrage. But overall, pretty good. Shatter 3K getting extremely low there, almost picked off with a very good anti there from Mish. Mish's Ana is honestly one of the most insane things that I've ever seen.
I was gonna comment, like, Mish has been getting insane antis just constantly, and it's been just securing a lot of kills on Doomfist and almost Shatter 3K.
She is nutty. One thing I like is Dovahking is on point right now. So Dovahking's sort of pulling them away. Team Disconnect is able to get 2 picks there, however, so they are going to win this fight. But they just, again, used a lot of their ultimates there. So Scandals are going to be coming in with the ult advantage here, and they should be able to cap, just based on the fact that Earth Shatter is extremely powerful, and that Transcendence can help sort of heal through anything that Nikonono could be throwing at them. So if they play it right, they should be able to do well here. Now, Mij is bringing up the Moira, and Mij really likes to go DPS Moira, so I'm honestly stoked right now.
If you see,
I love Mij's Moira.
They're holding high ground, so Shatter loses a little bit of value just. Oh,
And it's going to be blocked.
great block.
Sinatra does take out Aura in the air, though. This is sort of their chance. The Zorpazorp just charging in. Or sorry, Whale Science is charging in because Zorpazorp's out now. Dog is taken out. Mij is taken out by Shatter 3K, but it isn't really going to matter. Scandals is going to be able to take here sort of at the end. They just have to get Shatter 3K out of there. So Scandals retakes, and they still have the ult advantage here. So Scandals could take this map from Team Disconnect.
It is 99 though, so Disconnect does have to only win 1 fight, and that can be a lot of pressure just on Scandals.
Yeah, no. Scandals is honestly one of the more coordinated teams, and Team Disconnect is sort of giving them a run for their money, but I think that Scandals still has sort of the coordination advantage here. So Whale Science right now just swinging on Nikonono, but Whale Science is going to be charged off of the map! So both Ryans are out of the picture. Zog taken out by Dovahking, but Orin takes out Dog, so they just keep trading picks right now. All that matters though is if they're able to stay alive. Nap Club taken out, really huge pick here by Sinatra. Icarus is taken out by Shatter 3K, and Orin takes out Sinatra here. Mij takes out Shatter. It's Mij and Scarecrow on the point versus Orin and Quinstery right now. But Mij, with her amazing Moira, is able to keep them up. Respawns come back. Dragonblade comes out from Orin, but is not able to really get anybody. Whale Science does go down to Quinstery here, and the Team Disconnect respawns are starting to come through, so this is when it starts to get really dire. Graviton Surge comes through, but so does the Transcendence. Keeps everybody alive. The Scarecrow goes down. Icarus back on the Symmetra. Turret takes out Napclub. Turret takes out Shatter 3K. Icarus on the Symmetra. Holy crap! Just Team Disconnect had absolutely no idea that she was coming. Already pretty much has her ultimate. Oh my god.
Symmetra's just a pain of a character with those turrets, because it's like Torbjorn +3, it slows down the heroes and it just does a lot of damage if you're not paying attention.
It does, and now look, Scandals could take this. Team Disconnect has to put, this is the last fight. And they do have Symmetra out here. That is going to make it really hard for them to start pushing, taking out sort of their safe area for being able to push in here. So we see Dog gets DMAxed, Dog gets taken out by Icarus. Sinatra is down, but it's not going to matter. All of those kills start to come through. The Dragon Blade comes down, and he's going for that Pharah. Pharah just sort of follows. Just a complete turnaround there from Scandals.
That was insane. I mean, I have to, honestly, Mij's Moira was really just denying the kill on, I believe it was Diva, and also Tracer and Genji have to be afraid of her.
And I think the Team Disconnect didn't really expect her to come out, because usually you're going to run the Sombra, not the Sombra, the Symmetra in the beginning, because if you establish yourself on the point and you're able to get the turrets down, then it sort of makes it hard for them to push. But once you've lost the point, you don't really expect there to be a Symmetra, because a lot of your value comes from being able to put those turrets down. But it doesn't matter. Scandals this game defies all logic. So Scandals is just taking something out of what Team Disconnect has been doing and just doing whatever the hell they want. Hold my damn beer. Alright, so we are going to get Nikonono on the Pharah here against Icarus on the Widow. So we're not going to get any Widow 1v1s. But Icarus is going to take out Orin. Huge pick right off the bat. This could potentially win it for Scandals just based on the fact that they're going to be able to establish themselves on the point, especially now that Nap Club is down. And Nikonono also goes down to Icarus. Icarus is just an absolutely nuts sort of wild card in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, Widow is an obvious pick on runes most of the time everybody plays her. I'm surprised Disconnect didn't start with her just because it's kind of vital, I would say. Pharah's hard to run just because of, oh, good pick.
But good res too there from me. She was able to sort of keep herself alive there too, away from the Widow. And Nap Club is going to go down. That is a huge pick. Dovahking is going to go down to Quinstery, though. They're just sort of trading here. Orin gets low, goes down to Whale Science. So Scandals is going to keep this point right now.
Scandals got the right pick.
They did. Now Dog is going to sort of fly in here. Sights come out for Icarus right now. Takes out Nekanono in that Widow 1v1. Quinstery's going to go down again by Icarus. Icarus is just popping off. My goodness. Icarus just continues to show themselves as an extremely dominant and just like the Symmetra going to the Widow. Yeah, two pretty different heroes, and they're just dominant on both. They just I just have the whole like wildcard bitches meme in my head right now thinking of this person.
I mean, that's really what's happening. Symmetra, like who would expect that?
Now we are going to be sort of trading picks here, but ultimately it's going to be Scandals that should have been defeated, but that's a really good bomb by Scarecrow, and the remake ends up getting Quinstery down, so Scandals is going to be able to stay alive here. Team Disconnect really needs to sort of come back into this, and they do have some ultimates coming up on the board. They do have the Nano, and they can use that on Dog with the ball here. But this is sort of one fight here. They have to win, or else they are not going to end up advancing to the finals right here. Sinatra's Transcendence does come out. Quinstery almost at that blade. Nap Club's Valkyrie sort of keeping everybody alive here. Quinstery goes down to Icarus. Dog's mines come out, but unfortunately Icarus gets more clutch picks here. Nap Club reses Shatter 3K, but is going to be punished for it. Icarus again taking out Orin. Scarecrow goes down, or gets demexed. They're still alive. This could potentially be a retake here for Team Disconnect. The respawns are coming back. Quinstery's back and is going to do a last second blade here, but unfortunately is going to get killed here. Unfortunately, no reverse sweep. Scandals wins 3-2-2.
Disconnect put up an amazing fight. Like, they really were just on top of their game. And here's the Symmetra.
Here's that play we were talking about. Just sort of comes out of nowhere, takes out Nap Club. The turret's going to be put down to sort of get a lot of that damage out, and they're just going to be beaming the crap out of everybody.
Yeah, that sim right there, it denied res, and it just damaged to be able to up what he did, and it's probably definitely what won them that map.
Oh my gosh, I have no words. So here's what's going to happen here. Scandals is going to advance to the finals tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. But Team Disconnect is not out of the fight yet. They are going to go against Antumbra tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. Should Scandals, I'm not exactly sure how the finals work, so I'm not going to sit here because I don't have it in my head right now. Holy crap. But basically, they still have a chance to advance to the finals should they beat Antumbra. So we'll see how this goes, but Scandals is going to the finals here and could potentially win a second tournament. All right, so I want to make sure to, again, plug our poll for match MVP here for our viewers. We only have a few votes in and a lot of viewers, so I need to make sure that everybody is voting. Now this does only have the starters, so there are people in Scandals especially that are not on the MVP poll. So if you are a fan of them, go ahead and spam them in the chat and they may end up as caster MVP as well. And for those who are playing, make sure you throw yourself in our casting lobby just in case we want to pull you in for an interview. All right, Udon, why don't you sort of give us the rundown? What the hell did we just watch?
A bit of a mess in my opinion. It was just so back and forth. I mean, even for what we thought would be a one fight, got reversed by just great picks. Maybe communication on their part. I'm not really sure, but it was just very intense. A lot of good switches and a bit of a wild card from Icarus. I'm just baffled by the comps they ran and how they played.
Baffled is a really good way to put it. I honestly am having trouble even thinking about how to put it into words. Like, everything was just absolutely nuts to watch. And it was, at the beginning, you know, it was sort of a standard composition. We saw sort of the dive coming through, we saw the DPS. Although we did see the quad tank at the beginning on Volskaya, we saw some generally pretty standard compositions in later Volskaya game and later Hollywood game. Nepal was just sort of where it all started getting a little weird. And then just Watchpoint Gibraltar and Ilias just freaking went off of the rails. Like, hold my beer just is a really good way of putting what we just witnessed here.
It really was. I'm surprised we didn't see more quad tank. I thought that was like their ultimate trump card that they were going to use, but they only used it once. And they used a lot of different comps, and I'm really glad I got to see just these weird variations that ultimately worked.
Yeah, and I think part of it is the fact that quad tank is really easy to counter. You know, you can just run like a Pharah and other high damage heroes into it that have a lot of range, and you can pretty much mess up quad tank's day. So I think that I'm glad that they didn't rely on it, because once you sort of get over the surprise, you just switch to counter picks and you kind of ruin their day there.
Definitely.
But oh my gosh. I have just no words. I was very excited about the ingenuity coming from Team Disconnect, and then Scandals was running some pretty standard comps until the end there, and then they came back in and just absolutely crushed. Like, I just don't even know how to summarize what the hell we just saw. So for those of you who are just joining us now, just go watch the damn VOD.
Yeah.
That's the only way that I can sort of put it.
Definitely one to rewatch later. I mean, it's just so intense, and you just can't miss a beat because everything's happening so fast. Just amazing gameplay. I definitely
we should. Oh, go for it.
Oh, like for MVP, I have a few people in mind.
All right, I was just about to say we should discuss our MVPs first to give the Twitch chat a little bit more chance to start voting in the poll. Again, for those of you that are just joining us, our poll caps at only 12 players. So we put the starting lineups in. So unfortunately, players like Icarus and Scarecrow are not in our the starting lineups, so they were not put into the MVP poll, but they still are eligible for caster MVP. So put in your best vote from the 12 players that are displayed there. All right, let's discuss. Who's a standout for you?
I really liked Scarecrow a lot, just because he had great ability usage on Zarya, and his bombs got a lot of value a lot of the time. He or she, I'm not really sure, but they did very well on off tank, and they even switched to, I believe they played Symmetra on Nepal, and did do some work. Mage, I believe it's Mage. Mage. Oh, I'm so sorry. Mage had great antis. She did sleep a few key targets, and those antis really messed up Disconnect.
Yeah.
On Disconnect side, of course, Orin. I mean, he played Doomfist, so it's a bit of a
little
biased. Yeah, but he did get a lot of value as Doomfist, and a pretty good Hanzo too.
All right, so I would agree with a lot of the picks. I think that Scarecrow. My gut reaction was to vote for Icarus, but Icarus also did only play one map there, or no, I guess they played two maps. So I also, my gut says Icarus, because Icarus just sort of took everybody by surprise, and they did such a good job on Ruin sort of securing the picks at the end there. But Scarecrow was in for most of the maps. They were in there from pretty much Hollywood on, and she was just doing such an amazing job with just sort of helping the team out. The Zarya play was great. The Diva play was really impressive, because not only was she doing a really good job sort of throwing some amazing bombs and getting a lot of key picks, but she also did a lot of peel for the rest of her team too, which is sort of one of those things that is sort of I guess, underappreciated in diva players. I think a lot of diva players fall into the trap where they think that if they're not showing up on the key or on the kill feed, they're throwing, and they don't really they use their matrix to save themselves rather than saving their team, and they think about how they can capitalize on their own picks rather than, hey, how do I help my team? I don't think Scarecrow necessarily fell into those traps, which makes me very impressed with her diva play there.
I agree.
So let me sort of see what's going on in the MVP pool right now. We may be able to, all right, it's still neck and neck and we still have some ties. So I'm going to give a little bit more time to allow people to vote because we have some ties and I really don't want to break any. Let's name a caster MVP for real here.
I'm going to have to say Scarecrow just because I enjoyed watching them play. And they weren't in the starting lineup, so they're not going to get any of the votes, unfortunately. But I just think they did very, very good.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's declare Scarecrow then officially our caster MVP, and we can bring her in for an interview here. So I'll drag her in. Hello, Scarecrow. Congratulations. Did I scare you?
Yeah.
Congrats.
You are our caster MVP today.
Holy cow.
So congratulations on not only winning the tournament, you kept us on the edge of our freaking seats, but also just your tank play was absolutely fantastic today. So first of all, how are you doing? How do you feel right now?
I feel great. We were kind of like nervous in like when we were getting like pounded by the Bastion and stuff, but then we finally got to come through and it was really good.
Yeah, honestly, the cat, I don't know if you saw anything going on in the chat, but on Volskaya, we were literally like, all right, they're memeing when they ran that Bastion on attack, but it
That's
worked.
exactly what I thought too.
Yeah, Team Disconnect brought you guys some really weird matchups to go against, and you guys had to do a lot of adaptation, but you guys did a really good job with that, and obviously you were the ones that came away with the victory here, so really great job, and congratulations on making it to the finals. So I guess my first question is, I haven't seen you around a ton on the Scandals. Are you a newer player on the team, or are you sort of like kind of a flex, like you get kind of thrown in? What's your role there?
I've been around on the team for, oh gosh, I don't know, like 6 months-ish.
Right.
But like, it's like my first time kind of like with Watchpoint, I guess.
Okay.
Because I joined kind of like around that time where like we were trying to figure out where to go when Watchpoint wasn't in use very much. So I've been the off tank for a while, but I've also like last time I played, I like flexed on DPS. So yeah.
Yeah, you were running some of the Sombra a little bit too, weren't you?
Yeah. I love her.
I'm getting pinged in chat. Okay, first of all, me too. Thank you. But I'm getting pinged in chat to ask you, how did you feel after the solo barrages?
So I'm very vocal, and I screamed really loud. Because I didn't expect that. I was like, okay, this Reinhardt's not turning it around, so oh my gosh, alright, it's time to get ult charge. This is so easy. And then as soon as you hear Justice, I'm like, oh no. Oh no, I'm gonna die.
Oh my gosh, we were honestly cracking up when that happened.
Yeah, it was kind of funny just to see like a solo on the Sombra. I didn't expect it.
I didn't expect it either.
I have a question. So I thought you had really good, like fantastic bubbles as Zarya. Was that like comms called, or was that like mainly like just you and just knowing when?
It's basically just me knowing when to bubble. I learned Zarya through like this one really super aggressive main tank player that I used to play with all the time, and he was like, all right, you gotta bubble me here, like you have to make sure like you're on point with your bubbles, make sure like you know when to do it. And I was like, okay. So like I try to like I stress out a lot while trying to bubble people, and I was okay, make sure I'm using it at the best time possible, make sure I'm like saving people's lives. I'm not gonna try to like, I'm gonna click my bubble here and not get much charge. I have to like use it very nicely, I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
You did have life-saving bubbles, and just they were right on point, right on time.
Thank you.
Yeah, so last question here. So you guys are advancing to the finals. So congratulations. So without giving anything away or giving away any secrets, so we either have Team Disconnect or Antumbra coming against you. Why should they be afraid of scandals, and what should they be prepared for?
I think that to think of the right words for this. I think they should
as toxic as you want.
They should expect the unexpected. I should say.
All right.
Like because we do a lot of unexpected plays and unexpected characters. I should say, especially because we're not like the goats team. I should say
Yeah.
Saying that a lot. Like we're not like we don't do goats. We play like Sim. We play Torb. We play like those weird things. We play May. Just like not like the norm. I should say.
Yeah, well, so, obviously we had the clutch sim plays and the clutch Torb plays. The Torb was just freaking hilarious. So you at least keep it entertaining for the casters to try to figure out what the hell is going on in your head. So really great job there. Thank you, Scarecrow, so much for interviewing. Congratulations again with the match MVP. You did fantastic. Go get some rest so you can make it tomorrow. Thank you. All right. Thank you. So we do have to look at our poll right now, and we actually do have a standout coming in right now.
Who is it?
So we do have a tie right now. Oh. And unfortunately, when it comes to ties, we do have to break them as casters. So that means that we are going to look at like who got the first MVP, so we can do the other team. This means that we are going to be looking at the MVP from Team Disconnect. And it is going to be Shatter 3K.
Oh.
So I don't think he's in casting lobby, so I'm going to message them and try to get them into casting lobby. But Shatter 3K got the they got the voter MVP with 4 votes. They were tied with Whale Science, who I think does deserve a lot of credit there.
Whale Science did
an insane job.
He did, because he was even flexing too. He would play multiple different characters, and I think he did, or she, I'm not sure, did just very good on whoever they played, and never really didn't have anything bad per se. So I would agree with that.
Just an all in all, just super, I guess, clutch and very, just amazing. It was so much fun to watch. We do have Shatter 3K in casting lobby now, so we are going to move them into here. Hello, Shatter.
Hello.
Congratulations, you got another MVP, so I guess you could change your name from I got MVP once to I got MVP twice.
I'll do that right now.
So not only were you MVP, but you are actually the voted MVP. So not only do we love you, it seems that our Twitch chat loved you as well. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
So you were popping off today. Like the thing that I appreciate is you had a few amazing plays on Lucio, but oh my gosh, some of your DPS play too. Just some amazing blades. Just in general. Yeah, all around amazing play from you. You obviously can flex very well, but if you had to pick just sort of a specific role to stay on, which one would you do?
DPS.
Any particular heroes?
Genji, Doomfist. Doomfist I really like because his abilities just flow like into each other like really well, and it's just really fun.
I agree.
So we got some Doomfist bias in this Discord. It's ridiculous. It's like a plague. So you guys ran some just... We literally thought that you guys were memeing on Watchpoint.
Oh, okay,
you guys pulled out that first comp. How the hell do you guys come up with the composition?
So one of our teammates, like in I think Hollywood, we had a little bit of trouble with heals. So one of our teammates was like, "Oh, we're having trouble with heals. We just run. I have the perfect comp, and we ran Bastion."
No, really.
So dumb. I loved it so much.
So it was on the fly?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you literally came up with the comp on the fly just because you guys weren't getting heals.
Yeah.
That is honestly better than I expected you guys to say, oh, you know, we researched this team and we figured out that, like, we probably could run. No, you just, oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, but what about the quad tank? Because I have not seen quad tank in a while.
That was
What
prime.
made you guys want to run that?
So, I think I forget like the thought process that went into it, but I think I vaguely remember that we just it hadn't been run before, they weren't expecting it, and we could just like if they were running bunker, we could just like tank it all. And quad tank is obviously very tanky, so we just like wanted to power through it.
So was
And
that
yeah.
So was that the secret anti-bunker comp that Dog was talking about?
Oh no.
No?
No.
Then which one
Do
was
we
it?
see the secret comps?
Oh yeah. are we allowed
No,
to
no.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
you're allowed to know. It's 7 DPS
Whoa,
and
really?
3 mercies.
Can I be one of them?
Sure.
Oh my gosh. Okay, dibs on one of the mercy slots then. I want in on this. Alright. That's, you know what? I can appreciate the memeing that you guys are doing on us right now because you guys just have been memeing all day. That's just what we should be expecting. So you guys are not out of it yet, even though you did end up losing today, which was just down to the damn wire. So you guys, first of all, you guys should be incredibly proud of yourselves and how you guys played as a team.
We are, but we're always looking to improve. I think like the main motto of our like team is like constructive criticism. At least that's what Dog
Good to
says.
hear.
So Dog's just sort of like the team dad in a way, just sort of getting
Yeah, I guess.
I love it. All right, so you guys are not out of it yet, though. You are going against Antumbra tomorrow.
They're tough.
They are
I'll
tough.
tell you that much.
What are some things that Antumbra should be worried about?
The 7 DPS, 3 mercies.
Oh yeah, no. I mean we're better than we were a week ago, so yeah, they should watch out for that.
Yeah, I did notice you guys have improved incredibly just being in this tournament. Is this your first tournament, or have you done this before?
This is our first tournament.
All right, look at you guys go.
Awesome.
Well, you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Not only are you guys doing just amazing in terms of your raw skill, the fact that you kept the casters on their damn toes the entire freaking match. Oh my gosh, it was just insane to watch. I don't know how to even summarize what happened.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Really great job today. I am very impressed with you and impressed with the rest of your team. And look at you with your 2 MVPs. Just very happy with how that outcome was, and I hope you guys are too. Get some rest tonight and be ready for your next match at 3 o'clock tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Good luck in casting.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Anything you want to add to the end before we sign off here?
Not really. I'll probably come up with it like later, when like 5 hours later.
Just like in the shower.
I should have said this.
Well, if you do, you can go ahead and like post it in the general channel or something like that. Like bring in your trash talk for Antumbra or something.
Ooh.
Keep it interesting.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations once again.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, so that is it. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight for this just exhaustingly amazing matchup between Team Disconnect and Scandals. Again, we just have no idea how to summarize this. Like, this was just a nuts day of Overwatch. Thank you, Udon, for casting with me. You did a fantastic job for your casting debut.
Thank you for allowing
Hope
me.
you had just as much fun as I did.
I did. I had a blast. It was a great game to watch, and just I cast over. I mean, I speechless half the time, and I didn't really know what to say.
You and Dog sort of got some weird matches to cast for the first time. A lot of moments where you're just like, what the hell is happening right in front of me?
Yeah,
Yes. Any final words before we sign off tonight?
I've just said that like the games that happened today were insane and everybody did great.
All right. Yeah, that's what I would agree with. Honestly, this is just a crazy day of Overwatch. I need to go rest my damn voice. Thank you all so much for joining in with this game between Scandals and Team Disconnect. We will be coming back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern for the semifinals match between Antumbra and Team Disconnect for a spot in our finals. Our next final game will be at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern tomorrow, so make sure you do not miss it. Should we need a second finals match, that will also come at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So big full day of Overwatch tomorrow. Make sure you are here for all of it. Thank you all so much for joining in, and I will see you all tomorrow.